Well, the Hillside to Hollow Reserve, this might be in your plans for the weekend. It's in the Boise foothills. It's expanding by 8 acres near the bottom of Bogus Basin Road. Today, city leaders help celebrate the groundbreaking for the new trailhead at Harrison Hollow with 25 additional parking spaces, improved landscaping, a new bathroom, drinking fountains, bike racks, and a dog washing station. Construction will continue through the winter and spring, but you'll still be able to use Harrison Hollow to get to the 7 miles of ridge to ridges trails in the reserve. The Hillside to Hollow Preserve, established in 2011 when the Land Trust of the Treasure Valley bought 58 acres of foothills land. City of Boise bought another 258 acres 2 years later using the foothills levy funds.
One of the most treasured trail systems here in the Boise foothills. I know I use it almost every day with my dogs, just to hike and to run.
It is beautiful. The city of Boise used about $435,000 of foothills levy money to buy the land for the new trailhead from Healthwise, which has its offices right by the trailhead. Very convenient.